When deciding which Kahler you want, there are a couple things to take into consideration. The first one is whether or not you need a flat mount, the 2300 or the 7300, or a stud mount, the 2200 or the 7200. Now that's a pretty easy decision to make and very obvious and straightforward. But then we get into something that has a little bit of mystery surrounding it, and that is, what is the difference between the 2000 series and the 7000 series? There's a lot of speculation, and we're going to clear it all up right now. You will notice that I have a 2200, a 7200, a 2300, and a 7300. For most intents and purposes, these bridges are the same. They're all made at the same place, and these ones in particular are all made out of the same materials. So what's the difference? To illustrate that properly, I'm going to move the stud mount ones out of the way, because what goes for the flat mount ones goes for the stud mount ones. So right here we have a 2300. Right here we have a 7300. They sure look a lot alike, don't they? And for the most part they are. There are three key differences. The first thing you might notice is that on the 2300 we have these two extra holes, and they're completely absent on the 7300. That is one of the three major differences. The big thing about the 2300 is that if you choose a left-handed arm, this can be a left-handed bridge. Or if you're right-handed, but you want to say, put the palm lever up here and have a regular bar in where it would normally go, you can do that too. Now at the same time, if you want to go all Stevie Ray Vaughan or Victor Wooten, you can do left-handed with the hybrid, but the bar is going to be in this one place. The next major difference is not a difference at all between these two, and that would be that on the 7300, the rollers are brass and the cam is brass. Now this is the same 360 brass that the Professional is made out of, but on the hybrid, that's just the way it comes. With the Professional, you've got your choice of three different kinds of rollers, be it brass, stainless steel, or Teflon glass. You also have a choice of cam, be it brass, steel, or aluminum. Here's the next big difference, and this is one that most people won't see, and it's one that may or may not apply to you. If you notice, right here, there's a screw right there, and there's a hole right there for another screw so that you can add a third spring. That's because of all the down tuning that's going on these days, and you just want to have the option. Once again, all these things are made in the same place, so this still has the same thing for the string tensioner, but there's nowhere to screw in for that next screw. One thing that a lot of people say is that the lock on the back of the bridge to lock it and make it fixed is not on the hybrid. That is not true. We can see clearly right here, this is a hybrid. The screw is in there. There it is right there. So essentially, if you're cool with having just HH brass rollers and cam, and you're right-handed, and you don't ever think you're going to need that third spring, and I got to tell you, I've never needed it. If you need heavier spring tension, you can just put on the heavy springs, and you're probably good to go. Save some money and get a hybrid. But if you already know what cam and what rollers you want, or you're left-handed, or you want to use the palm lever, then the Professional would be in your best interest. Now the reason for that is because if you just say upgrade the cam or something like that, now all of a sudden your hybrid costs as much as the Professional. Now if you want, you can swap out the cam on your hybrid. You can also do it on your Professional. These things are designed to fit each other no matter what you want to trade. And that's why you can also change your rollers. And there are sound demos so that you can make a very informed decision as to what sort of cam and what sort of rollers you would like on your new Kahler.